It's a machine gun! There's some dudes down low on the bridge.
We got this.
Oh,
I don't got this.
I need a medic.
Oh my god.
My own sergeant dropped me.
You probably deserved it, dude. Troops, I saw a bear here. Today, we're going to talk about Update 48 for Foxhole. This update brings us some new uniforms, some grenade launchers, and a whole list of quality of life changes for logistics that they've been asking for, as well as a load of rebalancing and readjusting. It's a long one, so let's go down the list. Let's start off with the fresh models for both the storage box and the Watchtower. In particular, the Watchtowers now use similar architecture to the trenches and have a little radio receiver at the top, so it's more indicative of an intelligence gathering structure. We also have the return of a classic in the form of the smoke grenade. Instead of being able to 100% block the return fire of AI structures, now AI structures will still be able to shoot at you through smoke, but their accuracy and maximum range will be severely decreased. Another additional effect is that smoke now covers anyone behind the smoke cloud, not just the people inside of it, so it acts more like a wall as it should. First up for grenade launchers, we have the Colonial. Boy, that's a lot of numbers and letters. I'm just going to call it the Lunaire. It is a standalone grenade launcher. It has the ability to fire the new Tremola Grenade GPB-1. This is essentially an HE grenade, but designed for grenade launchers, so it can be launched at a much larger distance. Additionally, the Lunaire can also fire gas grenades, and, as we talked about earlier, our returning smoke grenades. Due to the Bombastone's design, it cannot be fired from this Lunaire grenade launcher, so Colonials will have to stick to HE, gas, and smoke. The next grenade launcher is the Warden Osprey, and yes, that is how it's meant to be spelled in the lore. Unlike the Colonial standalone grenade launcher, the Osprey is an attachment, just like the bayonet, for rifles. All rifles that can hold a bayonet can also hold the Osprey. Once you attach the Osprey to a rifle, you can then reload to attach a grenade, and the Osprey fires the aforementioned Tremola high explosive grenades, the Warden standard fragmentation grenades, and gas grenades. It cannot, however, do smoke grenades, so the Collies will have an advantage there. Next up, we've got 2 new sets of uniforms, so 4 total, 2 for each faction. First up are the armor uniforms. The Colonials get the Valian flak vest, and the Wardens get the Gunner's breastplate. They both fill the same role, though differ slightly in implementation. The Colonial Valian flak vest helps to protect the user against fragmentation damage and small arms damage, though the closer an enemy gets and shoots at the flak vest, the more likely it is to do full damage. My example here is a little bit too close, but you get the idea. For the Wardens, the Gunner breastplate is a more superior, if heavier, version of the Colonial's flak vest. It has a much higher percentage of stopping small arms fire, even when close up, and has a much greater protection against fragmentation from explosions or grenades. Oh, and an interesting note, because it is a solid steel breastplate, unlike the flak vest, it can actually deflect quite a few bayonet thrusts. Nettoyage de tranchée, anyone? So as I said, both of these uniforms are heavy. They have a lot of weight to them. They're also more expensive than other uniforms, as there will be fewer of them per crate produced than other uniforms. But that's to make sure they're not easily spammable. The second pair of uniforms are the officer uniforms. The Colonials have the Officialis attire, and the Wardens the Officer's Regalia. These uniforms are largely for role-playing. There will be a very limited number of them produced with each crate. There's 2 criteria for wearing this uniform. You have to be in a regiment, and be an officer within that regiment. If you meet these 2 criteria, you will gain the ability to team kill other regiment members without penalty, but this only applies to regiment members. Killing a non-regiment member will still register a team kill, so put your commissar caps on, and remember, not one step back. There's a new quality of life hotkey in the form of Shift Q for vehicles. When you press Shift and Q at the same time at a vehicle seat, you will be able to see a list of seats within that vehicle and select which one you actually would like to enter. Not only that, but occupied seats will be grayed out so you can tell how many seats are left in a certain vehicle. And not only how many seats are left, but which ones are free to use. Okay, time for some quality of life, especially for Logi. Factory map tooltips now show the status of each individual production queue on the world map. At factories, heavy ammunition now has its own production queue, mainly for tank shells, artillery shells, and other large items, essentially missiles. On the reservation side of things, Refresh Reserve Stockpile action button in stockpile menus now allows you to refresh your reserve on all of your stockpiles without having to submit or retrieve items. Reserve Connected Bunkers action now allows all bunkers connected to the targeted one to be reserved at once without having to do it individually. This should save bunker builders a hell of a lot of time. Also, squad reservation action buttons have a unified look and the user experience is now consistent across the content. Speaking of Logi, the devs noted that you love your ports, and they also noted how many goddamn cranes it took to run those things. So now, cranes can rotate their suspended loads with the press of A and D keys respectively. I didn't know I wanted this, and now I can't live without it. Some other Logi-related changes include freighter passengers now disembark on the opposite side as the captain. Diesel assembly time has been decreased. Construction vehicle, construction tools can now be operated from the driver's seat, so you don't have to press Z to switch seats. Stockpile retrieval actions can now be cancelled through movement when you're not in a vehicle. Now, instead of being annoyed that you accidentally pulled something out, you just have to be annoyed that you accidentally started moving before you're done. Some factory changes include that max queue sizes per category has increased to 6 from the previous 4. Green Ash, Bombastone grenades, and A3 Harpa fragmentation grenades have been moved to the small arms category. Some refinery changes include basic material refinery order limit has increased to 12,500. Diesel, explosive materials, and refined material limit has increased to 6,000. Iron, aluminum, and copper limits have been set to 1,000. For the bunker reservation system, squad members of the original builder can now perform the initial reservation, and concrete bunkers that have not settled can still be deployed. There's been improved visibility for the crane interaction icon for material pallets. Attempting to shovel an enemy structure now appropriately returns the error, "This belongs to the enemy" message. Stockpile item orientation has changed so that tripod weapons are adjacent to their respective ammo types. The squad that has reserved a bunker is now shown when viewing structures in upgrade mode. When reserving a bunker, the notification now displays the squad the reservation was for. Another quality of life improvement Logi has been asking for is an increase in the amount of unstuck commands available. They have now been increased from 2 to 8 per war. There's also now a region event log. This is a new log that's available from the F1 player screen. that displays sensitive player actions. Right-clicking on a log entry will allow the full activity log for that player to be viewed. Hopefully, this will further dissuade any would-be alts. Walls are now dynamically scalable and can be built diagonally up and down slopes, just like sandbags and other stretchy structures. There are new explosion impact effects on terrain from large direct fire explosions. There's a bit more variety, which I think will add a lot of flair. And fire. There's a new animation when you're equipping heavy launchers, so it looks less janky. And now, gravity has been introduced. Okay, jokes aside, gravity is now applied to structures, vehicles, and items that are on top of structures when they are destroyed, resulting in less floating objects. So in this example, there are conveniently some backpacks on top of this sandbag wall. Don't know how they got there, don't ask me. And when I go to ram that sandbag wall with a truck and destroy it, now those bags fall down to the ground floor instead of floating in the air. This will definitely help with the recovery of tripods, and will also mean that there will be no more floating bags out at sea when a barge goes down. The squad menu has seen a massive overhaul. Now you have the ability to join multiple squads at the same time. It doesn't have to be all regiment squads, although you could form multiple regiment-only squads, if you so choose. Now in your squad menu, after joining a squad, you'll see a magnifying glass with a plus icon inside of it. Clicking on this brings up the previous list of squads as if you'd not joined them. Then you can join one of these squads. Now when you join a second squad, you will see at the top of your squad list, you now have separate tabs for each of the squads you're a part of. You individually can join up to 4 squads at once. Now, you won't be able to talk to every single one of these squads at the same time. There's a little character with a checkmark icon. This basically confirms which squad you'd like to be a part of. So if I select this other squad here and click on the checkmark icon, I am now actively a part of that squad. But I can switch back to my other squad at any point using the same method. Not only that, but it also ties in to the reservation mechanics we talked about earlier. Reservations for structures and vehicles can now be assigned to any squad you joined in. And refreshing a reservation on a bunker is now possible when it's claimed by any squad you're a member of. And one extra little tip I picked up off of Reddit: if you're in the heat of combat and you find squad chatter is getting way too busy, just create a squad onto yourself, so that way you can select it, set it as your active squad, and being the only person in it, you will not hear any of your other squads talking.
It's a fine day today. Quite cold.
So, it's a little bit of a workaround, but it is effectively a squad mute button. Some other gameplay changes include, and I'm going to be honest, there's really no categories I can really group them into, so I'm just going to read down the list, because there's a lot of changes. Intelligence centers, storm cannons, and bunker bases are now immune to friendly fire. Suck it, alts. Trench roofs are now communicated to soldiers by showing the structural supports on the sides. Fences, those wooden ones, will no longer respawn and remain destroyed after a server restart. The sniper rifle camera return speed has changed to match that of the binoculars. Grace periods for being under a raised bridge has increased to give disabled vehicles enough time to sail past before getting destroyed. Field bridges take less damage from trucks and armored cars now. Howitzer garrisons no longer return fire on other howitzer garrisons. Some map changes include destroyed southern garrison houses, collisions updated to reduce instances of shooting invisible walls. Southern town archways have had a static gate added to them. Water tower collision updated to remove invisible walls. Tempest Island, in the Iris, low stone walls have been removed from some roads. Road connection point blending has been improved. The player context menu is now accessible by clicking on the name in the text chat window. All garrison barn windows now have faction flags hung below them. Emplaced weapons can now be prototyped. There have been new additional map layouts for Resistance Phase. There's a new player report type for alternate account violations. This next section deals with balance, and holy crap, there's a lot of it. In fact, I'm just going to put a timestamp on screen now. If you don't care about me reading a bunch of numbers and a bunch of made-up words, please skip to this time. Okay, here we go. Item balance. The Fushina ammo increased from 15 to 18. Maximum accuracy has improved. Time to reach maximum accuracy has increased, but accuracy loss for each shot fired has decreased. The Volta Repeater. Encumbrance has been increased by 15%. Maximum accuracy has improved. The Auger. Ammo type change from 8.5 to 7.62. Damage has been increased to compensate, resulting in no change to damage. Maximum range has been slightly increased. Maximum damage drop-off has been slightly increased. And accuracy loss by moving your cursor has been decreased. The Katara. Ammo has been increased from 25 to 30. Target suppression has been reduced. Stability loss by moving your cursor has been increased. Maximum damage drop-off has been increased. Turning and moving speeds whilst having the weapon equipped has been improved. Venom. Movement speed while having the weapon equipped has been improved. Weight has been decreased. The Ignifist. Damage has been reduced by 18.75%. Range bonus for penetration has been reduced. Movement speed whilst having the weapon equipped has been improved. The Pitch Gun. Equipping and unequipping the weapon is now 33% faster. Accuracy has been improved. The Lion Claw. The max accuracy has improved and maximum inaccuracy has been decreased. Accuracy loss by moving your cursor has increased. Maximum damage drop-off has increased. The Dusk. Target suppression has been increased. Stability gain rate has been improved. Maximum damage drop-off has marginally increased. Movement speed whilst the weapon is equipped has been decreased. Lamentum. The ammo has been decreased from 250 down to 200. The Hangman. Encumbrance has been increased by 15%. Maximum accuracy has been increased. The Booker Storm Rifle. Ammo has been increased from 12 up to 36. Maximum inaccuracy has been increased. Stability gain rate has been improved. Movement speed has been decreased. The Cascadeer. Crate size increased from 20 to 40. Clancy Rocca M4. Ammo type change from 8.5 to 7.62. Damage has been increased to compensate, resulting in no overall damage changes. The Cutler. Movement speed whilst having the weapon equipped has been improved. Weight has been decreased. Bane 45. Turn speed whilst having the weapon equipped has been decreased. Bonesaw. Movement speed while having the weapon equipped has been improved. White Ash Flask Grenade. Damage has increased by 16.7%. Throw speed has been increased by 14%. The Fiddler Submachine Gun. Maximum inaccuracy has been decreased. Damage drop-off has been increased. Alto Storm Rifle. Damage drop-off has been increased. Turning speed whilst having the weapon equipped has been improved. Movement speed has been decreased. Ammo has been decreased from 30 down to 25. Stability cost per shot has been improved. The Liar Submachine Gun. Ammo increased from 18 to 25. Stability gain rate has been slightly improved, and damage drop-off has increased. And the Malone Ratcheter Mark I. Ammo has been decreased from 175 down to 150. As for vehicle balance, the 68mm anti-tank cannon range has been increased from 40 to 45. The T3 Xiphos has had its ammo increased from 30 to 50. Maximum accuracy has greatly improved, but accuracy cost per shot increased to compensate. Fuel consumption has been decreased. Acceleration has been improved. Top speed has increased marginally. Reverse speed has improved. The T5 Percutio. Fuel consumption has decreased. Reverse speed has improved. T8 Gemini. Fuel consumption has decreased. Acceleration has improved. Top speed has increased marginally. Reverse speed has improved. The T12 Action Tankette. Fuel consumption has decreased. Off-road movement speed has been improved. Vehicle handling has been improved. The T20 Ixion Tankette. Fuel consumption has greatly decreased. The O'Brien V110. Ammo has been increased from 30 to 50. Maximum accuracy has greatly improved, but accuracy cost per shot has increased to compensate. Fuel consumption has been decreased. Acceleration has been improved. Top speed has increased marginally, and reverse speed has been improved. O'Brien 101 Freeman. Fuel consumption has been improved. O'Brien V113 Gravekeeper. Fuel consumption has decreased. Acceleration has been improved. Top speed has increased marginally. Reverse speed has improved. The O'Brien 121 Highlander. Ammo increased from 30 to 50. Maximum accuracy has greatly improved, but accuracy cost per shot has increased to compensate. Fuel consumption has decreased. Off-road movement speed has improved. Vehicle handling has improved. The Gallagher Outlaw Mark II. Ammo increased from 30 to 50, and the maximum accuracy has greatly improved, but accuracy cost per shot has increased to compensate. The AB-11 Doru. Accuracy has been adjusted to align with similar 12.7 mounts. The King Spire Mark I. Stability when firing has been improved. Some general game balances include Storm Cannon power consumption when firing and rotating increased by 100%. Howitzer garrison will only retaliate against high explosive damage. Tripods can now be damaged by ballistic damage types. Tripods no longer provide the cover buff. Deployed tripod weapon health increased by 25%. Cometa T2-9 crate size has increased from 20 to 30. For Green Ash, handheld throw range has been decreased by about 3 meters. For the Alligator Charge, encumbrance increased from 36 to 70% per charge, meaning that those smoke satchel rushes won't be nearly as effective, or at least will require more people. Some uniform changes. Crate size for common uniforms has been reduced from 20 down to 15. Assembly times have been reduced for crates and uniforms. 8mm and .44 ammo is now stacked to 3 in all uniform types. For recon uniforms, medical items now stacked at 2. Chance to be detected by intelligence gathering structures has slightly decreased. For the Grenadier's Baldric, 30mm ammo now stacks up to 2. For the Outrider Mantle, medical items now stacked at 2. Chances to be detected by intelligence gathering structures has also slightly decreased. For the Specialist Overcoat, inventory size has been reduced from 8 down to 5, while heavy ammo, such as mortars, now stack up to 2. Economically, some balances include all uniform crates have had their quantity per crate reduced from 20 down to 15. Individual and crate assembly times have been reduced by 20%. Petrol individual and crate assembly time has been reduced by 33%. 20mm individual assembly time has been reduced by 25%, and crate assembly time has been reduced by 20%. 40mm crate assembly time has been reduced by 50%. 68mm anti-tank crates assembly time have been reduced by 50%. 250mm crate assembly time has been reduced by 50%. Anti-tank sticky bomb crate assembly time has increased by 6.25% to be unified with similar weapons. RPG shell explosive material cost has decreased from 75 down to 45. Crate production time has also been reduced by 20%, and individual assembly time has been reduced by 33.3%. Crate assembly time has been reduced by 11%. Anti-tank RPGs shells production time has been reduced by 20%. Individual assembly time has been reduced by 33%, and the crate assembly time has been reduced by 12%. Anti-tank RPG indirect shell production time has been reduced by 20%, individual assembly time has been reduced by 33%, and crate assembly time by 12%. Krimari mortar crate assembly time has increased by 60% to be unified with similar weapon types. Mortar shell production time has been reduced by 11%, and the crate assembly time has been reduced by 29%. Mortar flare and shrapnel shell crate production times have been reduced by 11%. Individual assembly time has been reduced by 33%, crate assembly time reduced by 20%, gas mask individual and crate assembly times have been reduced by 20%, Green Ash grenade individual and crate assembly times have been reduced by 20%, bandage production times have been reduced by 60%, basic material cost has been reduced from 160 down to 80, quantity per crate reduced from 80 down to 50, individual assembly time has been reduced by 60, and crate assembly time has been reduced by 60% as well. Blood plasma quantity per crate has been reduced from 80 down to 50. Bunker supply crate assembly time has been reduced by 47%. Garrison supply crate assembly time has been reduced by 47%. Both faction standard pistol individual assembly times have been reduced by 40%. The Cometa T2-9 assembly time has been reduced by 40%. Quantity per crate increased from 20 to 30. The Brasa shotgun basic material cost has been reduced from 120 down to 80. Individual assembly time has been reduced by 12.5%, and the crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%. Shovel individual assembly time has been reduced by 25%. Crate assembly time has been reduced by 50%. Smoke grenade individual assembly time has been reduced by 47%. The crate assembly time has been increased by 6.25% to be unified with similar weapons. The listening kit's basic material cost has increased from 120 to 150. Quantity per crate has increased from 3 to 5. Radio basic material cost has reduced from 100 to 75. Radio backpack crate assembly time has increased by 6.25%. The Typhoon RA7 basic material cost has been reduced from 150 down to 100. Refined material cost has increased by 5. The Daucus ISG-3 basic material cost has been reduced from 150 down to 100, and the refined material cost has increased by 5. The Lamentum MM4 basic material cost reduced from 150 to 100. Refined material cost has increased by 5. The Venom C2 refined material cost decreased from 25 to 15. Crate assembly time is increased by 60% to be unified with similar weapons. The Bane 45 refined material cost decreased from 45 to 40. Crate assembly time increased by 60% to be unified with similar weapons. The Ignifist basic material cost has increased from 60 to 85. Explosive material cost has been reduced from 50 down to 35, and the production time has been reduced by 40%, with its crate assembly time reduced by 29%, and quantity per crate reduced from 15 down to 10. The Bombastone grenade individual assembly time has been reduced by 20%, while the crate assembly time has been reduced by 40%. The Gassed machine gun refined material cost has been reduced from 30 down to 25, and quantity per crate has been reduced from 10 down to 5. The Argenti rifle production time has reduced by 12.5%, individual assembly time reduced by 12.5%, while the crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%. The Volta repeater has had its crate assembly time reduced by 37.5%. The Fushina individual assembly time has been reduced by 12.5%, while its crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%. The Omen crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%. So has the pitch gun, and so has the Lion Claw, while the Lion Claw's crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5% as well. The individual assembly time for the Auger has been reduced by 33.3%, while its crate assembly time has been reduced by 36%. Mounted bone saws basic material cost has been reduced from 200 down to 100. Refined material cost has increased by 5. The Cutler Foe Breaker basic material cost has been reduced from 200 down to 100. Refined material cost, however, has increased by 5. The Malone Ratcheter Mark I basic material cost has reduced from 150 down to 100, while its refined material cost has increased by 5. The Bone Saw Mark III, the handheld version, crate assembly time has been increased by 60% to be unified with similar weapons, while the Cutler has had its refined material cost reduced from 25 down to 15. Its crate assembly time has increased by 60% to be unified with other similar weapons. The White Ash Flask Grenade crate assembly time has been increased by 6.25% to be unified with similar weapons, and its explosive material cost has been reduced from 50 down to 40. The A3 Harpa Fragmentation Grenade individual assembly time has been reduced by 20%, while its crate assembly time has been reduced by 40%. The Malone Mark II refined material cost has been reduced from 30 down to 25. Quantity per crate has been reduced from 10 down to 5. The Cascadier production time has decreased by 40%, while its quantity per crate has increased from 20 to 40. The Sampo rifle crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%, same with the Hangman, also at 37.5%, and the Blake Row individual assembly time has been reduced by 12.5%, while its crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%. Clancy Snyder crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%. Fiddler submachine guns now have individual assembly times reduced by 37.5%, while its crate assembly times have also been reduced by 37.5%. The Liar submachine gun individual assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%, and the crate assembly time has been reduced by 37.5%. The Clancy Araka M4 individual assembly time has been reduced by 33.3%, while its crate assembly time has been reduced by 36%. And there were a lot of bug fixes along with this update. I'm going to save that for the patch notes down below, since I've already been reading for way too damn long. Look, I'll be honest, it's about
3 a.m. right now, at the time that I've finished editing this update and uploading it. I am tired. I am going to bed. If you like what you saw in this update video, please like, share, and subscribe to stay up to date on all the latest Foxhole updates. What's your favorite change that's happened this update? Write it down in the comment section below. And as always, good luck, keep your heads down, and stay in your foxholes. Bear out.